My fellow fantasy noodle-booters, I have a very important video to share with you, so listen up. I want to talk to you about the truth. I've heard a lot of statistics and opinions the past couple of weeks from our presidential candidates. Their lies and dishonesty have had a tremendous impact on America, and have even poorly influenced our very own commissioner. His antics and deceitful smack talk really had us going for a second. Am I the only one who notices these things? Who will take a stand to the commissioner? Let's talk about the truth. And in the truth, we find performance. Let's talk about my team first. Antonio Gates scores the highest of any tight end last week, just in time to show up for his bye week, reconvene, assess what he did right, and do it for the rest of the year. Thank you, Chipmunks, for the drop. Dalton, Andy, 380 yards, 3 TDs, 2 of them going to Greene. You're welcome, Bane. Too bad you didn't win. Looks like, scores like, tastes like, smells like, everything like an elite fantasy quarterback. Calvin Johnson and Doug Martin last week both had over 100 yards from scrimmage. Ahmad Bradshaw, 200 yards one week, 116 yards the next week, and a touchdown against the Niners, and he just came back from injury. No one runs against the Niners. That is performance. That is truth. Now let's break down Skin Engine's team. First off, all of his players last week lost their games. Their teams lost. There's an L next to each of their games. That is a sign of what's to come in Engine's future. Next, let's take a look at some of the smack talk that our very own commish was giving out last week. Some of the things he was saying. Maybe some of that we could find what he was really trying to get across. First quote. This sounds far-fetched, just like your projected score. Engine, I will give you that one. 78 points is a lot better than 66. Wow, look how the battle of our wide receivers on the same team is going. While you were focused on your Thursday and your wide receivers, my players were busy winning. The biggest joke of all is that my wide receivers scored their lowest total to date thus far this season, and I still beat you. Really only takes one target for me to do my business on your team's face. Now, who put whose business on the other's face? Let's be serious. I usually look forward to this matchup, maybe next year. Engine, I have dominated you in the years past and will always dominate you. I don't know what else I have to do to get that across to you. I've beaten you every year. Another stellar trade to set me up long term. What a great manager, blah, 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 blah. Noodlers, can we all agree that our commissioner is putting folly into our ears? It's time to take a stand. Who's going to do that? Alas, my fantasy season is riding good. Remember when I was in last place a couple weeks ago? Remember what happened last year when I was in last place and rose to the top to finish the regular season at number 1? Gentlemen, I am a living, breathing fantasy inspirational story. You're welcome. Now time to talk about other teams. Real quick, T-boners. As we can all see, our reigning champ has slumped into nothingness, just like his Rangers. Last year is certainly an afterthought. Allow me to nominate you as the league's very own one-hit wonder. We seem to have lost him ever since Josh Hamilton quit chewing tobacco and the Rangers lost AOS to the Oakland A's and then got beat by the Orioles. The Orioles. Ravenous. Just what do you think you're going to get from Manning? He sits on your bench. Can you stay there the whole season? I know that he's going to stay there until your requests become more reasonable, especially when the New York Giants running game is going off. The QB is losing value as he sits on your bench. Come on. John, I'm going to beat you this week, and here's why. I'm going to score more fantasy points than you. I'm coming for your family's name. It's personal. All of your collaborating and inside fantasy stock trading with the Sun will be exposed this week, and all of it will be proven as fruitless folly. John, don't think we don't see what the Newtons are doing, trying to unite. The Newtons will look foolish, and my players will take that name and rub all kinds of fantasy points and other things over it. Discomfort. It seems like one of your players goes off every week. What's the big idea? Also, I'm going to come see you in late December, after Christmas. So if you hear any rumors about a six-toed man being in Albany, Georgia, you know why. Looking forward to it. Noodle Booters, it's time to get serious.